guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Joyful Living. Today I am bringing you a creator update. We're going to talk specifically about analytics. I'm going to go over with you guys the growth of my channel over the last 30 days or so. And yeah, I'm just really glad that you're here. So before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my amazing patrons. There are over 140 of you. You know who you are. I would not be able to do what I do each and every day if it were not for your support. So thank you. And if you are interested in becoming part of the best group of subscribers on the internet, make sure you go and check out the Patreon community, and I would love to see you over there. So I have done several of these, and if you watched over on my main channel, which is just simply called Jen Lefforge, I started doing creator updates my very first month on YouTube. Now those videos are very cringeworthy for me. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a reaction video now that I've learned how to do those, to those videos, particularly the first couple, 3 months. But if you're just a new creator, you might find those super encouraging, because I think it's really easy to look at someone who has now, over 15,000 subscribers on this channel or on the main channel, almost 4,500 subscribers on this channel, and go, did she ever have none? Yes, there was a time when I had none. There was a time when I had 30. I have had very slow but steady growth on YouTube. And in 2.5 years, I've really built this into a sustainable business, which I am incredibly proud of. And now that I'm doing consulting and I'm trying to help other creators, I'm not going to make anybody famous. I'm not going to be famous. But if you're interested in just kind of having a consistent, stable, mature YouTube channel, then I might be the consultant for you. So you can find out more information on how you can reach out to me for that in the description box. But today I'm going to try to do a screen recording of analytics from the main Jen Lefforge channel over the last month or so. And so again, hopefully this will work. I tell you, I am shocked at the things that I still don't know as long as I've been doing this, but let's hit record and see if we can get this thing to actually work. Please, 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 please be recording. So let's log into YouTube. We'll do that first. Now, according to this, I'm recording, so Lord willing. So let's go here to my YouTube studio and see what we have going on. Now, the first thing that you will notice is that all of these numbers are down for this month, and that is a little bit discouraging, I'm not gonna lie. Now, granted, it covers the last 28 days, and it's a little confusing to me because I have had quite a few videos, but I did not do a live stream this past month. I have moved all of my live streams over to Patreon. So that definitely is affecting both my views, my watch time, and my revenue. That's something that it's okay with me right now. The live streams were just becoming really out of hand. But if you look at this video right here, and actually let's just pull up all of my latest videos, you will see a big uptick in kind of what my average view duration is and my average number of views. So I'm really, really proud of that. This video that I put up, which was my reaction video to a 1993 Disney Vacation Club video, has received over 9,000 views. And I want to show you guys the analytics on that one because something really interesting is happening there. If you'll notice my reach on this video, which reach is how many people YouTube has shown your video to, is at 107,500, which means that's how many people logged into YouTube and YouTube had my video on their homepage. Now, I could wind up there for a variety of different reasons. Obviously, if you watch a lot of my videos, it's going to be suggested to you. If you've ever watched one of my videos, it's going to be suggested to you. And if you watch creators who have channels that are similar to mine, it's going to be suggested to you. Video continues to perform well. What YouTube does is it will push that video out to larger and larger circles of people. And kind of the holy grail is to get it out to people that have never heard of me before, okay? Because that's how I get new subscribers, new watchers, and eventually people that become my core audience, which is always the goal, okay? Is to get people moved through from just watching maybe one video to actually being subscribed. So my click-through rate on this video right now is actually pretty low for me. It's only 4.1%. That means of that 107,500, 4.1% clicked on the video. However, that number is going to go down. And in fact, I think they even gave me a little bit of some insight into it, because it tells you exactly what that metric means if you click on that button. So it says impressions click-through rate measures how often viewers watched a video after seeing a registered impression on YouTube. Some views don't count towards impressions, like views on external websites or from end screens. Because of this, your impression CTR likely represents a subset of your channel's total views. Impressions click-through rate will vary. Half of all channels and videos on YouTube have an impressions click-through rate that can range between 2 and 10%. So anything above 5 is usually what I consider kind of my sweet spot. But because this video has been pushed out to so many different people, I'm going to go with 4%. I'm actually okay with that. And then if you go to audience, this is really fun. I have gained 23 subscribers. Now this purpled out area means that YouTube has not processed that data yet. So this is going from August 2nd, and average views per viewer, 1.1. It's always nice if that can be a little bit higher, but that's okay. Age and gender, it breaks that down for you. This is really good if you are someone who plans on doing sponsored videos, because you can put that in your media kit, just really showing, you know, who your demographic is, who is watching your video, and also what country they're from. This is kind of interesting because it shows that it's about split 60-40 for me for not subscribed versus subscribed. I would love to get that number higher. And speaking of which, if you're not subscribed to both my channels, do that. Subscribe to this one, then head over to my other one and subscribe over there. But my analytics are something that I take a deep dive into. I try to do it at least once a week. And I'm not doing this because I need to see instant growth. In fact, I've told you guys, YouTube is a very slow growing animal. It requires so much patience. But if you look at your analytics objectively, or as objectively as you can, it can help you spot where there might be problems. For instance, if I noticed a video right when I put it out, which is usually when I have like a 12 to 14% click rate, because those are my loyal subscribers that are seeing it when it first comes out. If I have a really low click-through rate, I may want to look at the thumbnail. I may need to update it. It may not be attractive. It may not be something that people want to look at. And sometimes it's just a topic that isn't as popular as others, like the vacuum cleaner review I did over here. There were a few of you that were waiting on that video, so I have no regrets that I did it, but it did not perform up to most videos, and that's okay. It's just a matter of, if there's things that you can tweak and fix, then why not tweak and fix them, right? So let's go to my analytics for kind of the whole. Well, let's do this. What was my most watched video of the last 10? My watch time is 2.3 thousand hours, revenue 364.60. Amazing for one video. I never do that well in one video, so that makes me really happy. Impressions click-through rate on this video is still 5.6%, which, as long as this video has been up, that's huge, because that means that YouTube is going to continue to push that to people, because clearly when people see it, they like it and they're clicking on it. If you look at, let's go to engagement. Really not as long of a view duration, only 5 minutes and 11 seconds. That was also a shorter video. So what is the percentage? 46%, which is totally that is fine. I'm very comfortable with that. If I go to audience, I gained 330 subscribers from just that one video. But this is the number I want you to look at. YouTube has shown this video to 195,000 people, which is pretty crazy to me. And that is nothing that I had any control over. That was what the YouTube algorithm, the computer, the robot, whatever you want to call it, decided that many people might be interested in my content. So this is really the kind of video I would love to put up all the time, because, you know, I mean, come on, that would be amazing. But that's not always possible. And this video in particular was very topical, because I was talking about canceling a Disney trip. A lot of people were looking for information on that. But the fact that it gained me that many subscribers meant that it was not only was it a high performing video in and of itself, but it actually created a lot of good things for my channel in general. So I'm very, very, very happy with that video. Now, my subscriber count and views and things like that August, I'm going to be really honest, latter part of July, first part of August, which we're only, 3 days in, has been dipping down. And I really think that's because of everyone trying to figure out the school situation. People kind of went from having a lot of time on their hands to really either stressing out more or trying to actively figure out what they were going to do. A lot of my viewers are parents. So if they're going to be homeschooling, they're trying to get ready for that. And I just think that their focus kind of shifted a little bit. July and August are typically low months for me anyway, and then I'll get another big uptick starting in September. And now that I've been a YouTuber for, almost 3 years, I'm starting to see those kinds of trends. So when I have a lower month, I don't freak out. And overall, the picture is still really, really good. So, I'm happy with all of that. So numbers aren't always my driving factor. And I think that gets to something I touched on last time, and something I talk to my clients about all the time is you really have to know your why. I like making a difference in people's lives. I've always been that way ever since I was a very little girl. And I like bringing you good information, and I'm kind of a nerd, so I like researching things. So you combine that, the fact that I love researching things that people don't normally like researching, and that I like to help people, and that I like to communicate, and that I'm a ham and I like to be in front of the camera, and YouTube ends up being just like the perfect place for me to exist. But it's not, I need to be able to make money doing this if I want to be able to continue doing it, which I do. So it's one of those things where I'm always playing that game, but I would never want to sacrifice what I wanted to do creatively just to support the numbers. But at the same time, I want to be as smart as I can because I want as many people as possible to see my content. So everybody has a little bit different motivation. You may be a business owner and your whole point of your YouTube channel is to drive people to your roofing business or your home design business or whatever the case may be. So your why may look slightly different than mine, but you really have to identify that. And for me, the creative process and being able to help people, that's my number one goal. The numbers and having it be financially viable is absolutely a secondary goal, but I'm not going to sacrifice my primary goal for my secondary goal. And your goals may be completely different than mine, but if you don't take the time to identify those, I don't know how you can move forward and improve and kind of know if you're hitting the mark, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's really, really helpful. Overall, I'm really happy with the last 28 days, but it is very, it's good and eye-opening to dig into those analytics. And like I say, you can always click on above the analytic and it kind of tells you what that tells you about your channel, which I find really, really helpful. And I think a lot of creators never even really do because you have to find out why your videos are or are not performing the way that you want them to on YouTube. So that's really it for this month. I didn't want to make this a big, long mammoth video, just kind of show you the numbers that I look at. I'm very happy with the growth. I'm very happy with my business. It is evolving naturally, but I really am trying to set very clear goals and to kind of walk through every open door and see what might happen next with the channel. So if you're interested in being along for that journey, whether it be through the creator updates, my Disney content, my lifestyle content, I wish you would subscribe. I wish you'd give this video a big thumbs up. And I'm just super grateful that you spent some time with me today, and I hope you found this helpful. If there are any topics that you would like to see me cover in future creator videos, will you please put those in the comments below? Obviously, I geek out over this stuff quite a bit, but I really would love to know what you guys want to know about the creator process. So whether it's because you're curious or because you hope to be a creator yourself, or if it's to help with your own YouTube channel, I would love to be available to do that for you. I hope you have a great day. I hope whatever you're doing, you're finding joy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.